PC, this is Chris. I thought I would join in on this thread that Sherv at Julius Jabbar started about show me or give me 10 piano trios. So I've pulled out 10 or so albums, and some of them are well known, some of them are less well known, but start with this Keith Jarrett Trio, 1969. This is on the Vortex label. And he's joined here by Charlie Hayden on bass and Paul Motion on drums. So Keith Jarrett Trio. And as to paraphrase Norman Maslow, there's always a Bob Dylan connection. So they cover Bob Dylan's My Back Pages on this album. And next we have Denny Zeitlin, Zeitgeist on Columbia. And this is Denny Zeitlin on piano, Joe Halpin on bass, Oliver Johnson on drums for most of it. Then on 2 tracks, the rhythm section is replaced by Charlie Hayden on bass and Jerry Granelli on drums. So, Denny Zeitlin in a trio setting. Here's a group going under the Richie B Rock title here, but it's kind of an interchangeable group of people. Frank Tussa and Jeff Williams are the other two, and they've put albums out with the same lineup, but it's under Frank Tussa's name. He's the bass player, Jeff Williams on drums, and Richie B Rock on piano. This is ECM, so the greenish ECM label. This is 1975. Cover a Miles Davis track, Nardis, and most of the rest are by the band. Another one here, Tete Montalou Trio on the Inner City label. (1976). Nils Henning Orsted Peterson on bass and Albert Tutti Heath on drums. They cover a Coltrane song here, Giant Steps, and they also cover a Miles Davis song, Solar, 1976. The Bill Dobbins Trio, Roads Traveled and Days Gone By from 1980. This is on the Mark label. So Bill Dobbins on piano, Michael Moore, and Bill Goodwin. He's the drummer, Michael Moore, acoustic bass. And these are all mostly Bill Dobbins compositions. Paul Bley, Closer, the Paul Bley Trio. This is on ESP. So with Barry Atchell on percussion and Steve Swallow on bass. This is Barry Atchell rather than later other albums he would be Barry Atchell. with a U at the end of his name. The Bley Trio. And Corea Trio music with Miroslav Vito and Roy Haynes. This is on that same ECM label that I showed earlier. So 2 LPs, one of them is Trio Improvisations, and the other one they're playing Thelonious Monk compositions. 1982. If I forget a year, I'll try to put it in sometime later. Here's, as some might say, sort of a cheat, McCoy Tyner, Passion Dance. This is mostly solo, but I think 2 out of the 5 tracks are trios. So this is on Milestone, 1979. So on the trio tracks, he's got Ron Carter and Tony Williams helping out. McCoy Tyner. I think those 3 have played together before. Michael Petrucci Trio. Pianism. This is a Blue Note recording from 1986. So if the Blue Note series things extends that long, you know, I've already given a preview. But this has Elliot Zigman on drums and Paul Danielson on bass. And then the last 2, Hampton Hawes, live at Montmartre. Recorded in September 71. This is on that Wrist of Freedom label. This is a promotional copy. Hampton Hawes on piano, Henry Franklin bass, and Michael Carvin drums. Hampton Hawes live at the Montmartre. And then to finish up, George Melly Trio. This is on the Alternatives in American Music label, 1981. George Melly is the piano, Peter Barchet on bass, and Eddie Moore percussion. So all these turned out to be pretty standard trio instrumentation. I'm hoping to follow this up, and I'll do a CD version, and that'll have a little bit more variety in the trio instruments. So there's George Melly Trio. It's in the also playing in the background if that was audible. And it's, I said, the Alternatives in American Music label, which seems like it only released music by the composer here. So that's my Gimme 10 Piano Trios video. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you later.